Hello, welcome to McCracken County Public Library Story Time. Miss Nicole and Brary Bear here in the Puppet Pit. This week we're celebrating Earth Day. Oh, and last week Brary wanted to talk about gardening a little more after we had that memory lane of in the garden and all the different vegetables that we can grow and eat and share with our friends. Remember, the clown Furrow shared a picnic with his friend Pierrette. Yes. Oh, yes. And letting you know that in our library garden, we have a story walk. If you wanted to come over to our little garden outside, our friends at the library have put out a storybook for you to walk through with your adult and read. Practice your reading and getting some sunshine outside. Oh, yeah, we're dressed up for going out in the garden. This is an old type of hat called a bonnet, a sunbonnet. The sunbonnet helps keep the sun off your face. See how much shade I would have, and even on the back of my neck. Brary's got his gardening apron on, which has lots of different things on it, like a watering can. Fun little buggies. What is that? A ladybug. This looks like it's kind of cartoon looking. It's not really what it looks like, but if you pull them all the way out of the pocket, what do you think it is? A little caterpillar. Maybe he'll turn into a butterfly someday. Oh, and a shovel in case we have to dig. Oh, that's right. We haven't even shown you the flower bud. Do you remember that? Let's see what it looks like. Brary wanted you to see. Oh my goodness. It really is the green grass grew all around. Still no flowers. Brary says it likes to take its time. And it's inside. Maybe if we put it in something like dirt, that maybe it would grow some more, or maybe even grow flowers. Yes, gardening takes time. You have to take your time, don't you, Brary? Speaking of, did you bring us a book for story time? Let's get it out here. Ha! You're hilarious, Brary. Take Your Time, A Tale of Harriet the Galapagos Tortoise by Eva Furrow and Donna Jo Napoli. Illustrated by Laurel, Molk. Oh, look, there's little crabs on the beach. Harriet did everything slowly. She smelled the papayas and swamp hibiscus all morning. She munched cactus pads and apples all afternoon. She slumbered deep all night. Yes, Harriet did everything slowly. The other animals scolded her. "Your rhythm's all wrong, Harriet." "It's a matter of timing. Your timing is off." "Life in the fast track is exciting." "The way you move, you can't go anywhere." "You don't know what you're missing." Harriet calmly yawned and fell asleep. But in the morning, she was curious. What was she missing? Harriet decided to go out into the big world. She wanted to see the penguin parade on a neighboring island. It took place in the summer. So to get there on time, Harriet left in winter, the rainy season. She was in no hurry. There was plenty to see along the way. She swam past hammerhead sharks. She swam past humpback whales. She swam past giant rays. What wonderful things the sea held. The penguins were delighted that she made it just in time. Oh, they're on parade. While she was there, Harriet offered little iguanas a ride through the dunes. Oh, that looks fun. She walked past pink flamingos. She walked past blue-footed boobies She walked past red-throated frigid birds. What wonderful things the sky had! The ride took months and months. By the end, the little iguanas were big iguanas, big enough to scoot off on their own. Now the rainy season had come again. Harriet dug a hole to make a pool for the sea lions. While she worked, other friends filled the pool. She dug past crawly centipedes. She dug past slippery snakes. She dug past skittery crabs. What wonderful things the earth held! Harriet stood back and looked at the wide, deep pool. Another whole year had passed. Maybe it was time to go home. Harriet swam steadily, day after day, week after week, month after month. She was just about to crawl up onto her home shore when a pod of playful dolphins circled her. "Been out traveling, have you? Imagine how much farther you could go if you went fast. Come on, take a chance. You won't believe how good speed is." Harriet was spellbound by their quick grace. When the largest dolphin offered his back, she clung to it. She was pulled out into the swirling current. Moving so fast was thrilling. Look how far they had gone in an instant. But the wind seared, so she had to close her eyes, and the water whooshed through her nostrils until all she could taste was salt. The thrill passed. Harriet let go, and the dolphins raced ahead. Slowly she swam home, savoring the cool spray, the rhythm of the waves, the reflection of the sun on the water. It took her 5 hours, but what glorious hours! Harriet thought about all the creatures she had seen moving in the sea and the sky and the earth. Sharks could cruise or whisk along fast. Boobies clumped clumsily on land but soared in the air. Snakes wiggled side to side, so you sometimes didn't even know where they were headed. But slow or fast, clumsy or graceful, straight or wiggly, everyone had a rhythm that worked. Isn't that nice? Harriet burrowed into the grasses and took her own sweet time. The end. Harriet the tortoise. She took her time. Yet turtles and tortoises, they take their time, don't they? What do you think the difference is in a turtle and a tortoise? Perhaps. Oh, Brary, you ready for memory lane? Yes, let's get your glasses and let's go down memory lane.
Titled The Tortoise and the Jackrabbit. Jackrabbit, would you put that stool over there out of the way somewhere? Because Jackrabbit is here. Do you notice how fast Jackrabbit is? Jackrabbit is known for his speed. Well, who else was in this? Well, one fine day, my fine friends, one fine day, Tortoise crawled out of her burrow. Yes, she did. Said Tortoise, I feel good. I feel fast. And Jackrabbit turned one of his huge ears in her direction and he said, Oh, you silly tortoise, you drag that shell everywhere you go. As for me, I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. Zig. Jackrabbit leaped left. Zag. Jackrabbit sprang right. I'm the fastest runner in the desert, he bragged. Tortoise looked patiently up at him with her old tired eyes. Let's race, she said. Now all the other desert animals gathered round. I'm sure to win, said Jackrabbit. Prove it, said Tortoise. So they agreed to race. I'll mark the course, squawked Roadrunner. And I'll draw the starting line, hissed the rattlesnake, and she slithered across the sand. Tortoise and Jackrabbit took their places side by side. I'll watch from above, called Buzzard high in the sky, while Eagle floated silent as a cloud. Eyeing Jackrabbit hungrily, Coyote volunteered to start the race. 1, 2, 3, howl like a coyote. Oh! Jackrabbit leaped away, long, low leap, ho, he sang, and over the rocky hill he scored in less than no time. Tortoise moved her scaly toes up the slope. Scratch, scratch, thump, thump. She went. Scorpion peeked out from behind a big rock. Tortoise inched past a blooming prickly pear cactus. She trudged along a giant saguaro. Here's the giant saguaro right here. And up high in its trunk was a dark hole. An elf owl opened one sleepy eye. Tortoise rustled through desert dandelions. Although she loved flowers, she did not stop. Don't step on us, cried the ants, scattering. Oh, I won't step on you, ants, said Tortoise in her dry little voice. And she lumped and she bumped along. Look back at Tortoise. Meanwhile, Tortoise came to the dusty, dry place. Long, lowly Poe said, skipped across it, and went all the way to the mesquite tree. There he is up there at the mesquite tree. He saw a patch of tender, sweet, delicious grass, and he stopped to nibble it. By the time he had eaten his fill, he felt so drowsy that he lay down in the shade and he put this sign. Does anyone know this one? Silencio. And that means be quiet. Tortoise plodded down the hill. Scritch, scratch, lump, thump. At last she too came to the dusty, dry place. But help! A terrible monster came toward her. A terrible monster. Run, 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 run. Had black rubber feet and bump! It hit her. Oh my goodness. There was a smell of burning oil and a cloud of dust. When the dust finally settled, Tortoise crept out of her shell, and she slowly continued on her way. She even passed who? Who is she going to pass? She passed Jackrabbit. He was still snoozing under the mesquite tree. Suddenly, Jackrabbit woke up. He saw all the other animals gathered at the water hole. The quails had even brought their children like little brown eggs on legs, and Tortoise had almost reached the finish line. Jackrabbit flew past the light-footed deer. He somersaulted over Stinky Skunk. He left Gia Monster in the dust, and he never even noticed Shy Kangaroo laugh. Oh my goodness, he hightailed it faster than ever past hairy pig-like Javelina, and whoops, he crashed right into Sly Coyote. Oh, long, low, leap, ho. Tortoise scratched across the line first. All the desert animals cheered. That's you. Hooray, 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 hooray. Tortoise said, Thank you, my friends. And Javelina handed the winner a beautiful spring bouquet. And again, all the animals shouted, hooray! Hooray! Ah. And slowly, slowly, Tortoise ate. Tortoise ate. She's eating her flowers. She is eating her flowers. She is eating her flowers. Susan Lowell and Jim Harris gave us this most wonderful, wonderful book.
Whack, 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 whack. What a fun memory, Brary. Thank you for bringing back the tortoise and the jackrabbit. I love that one. It's so much fun to see slow and steady wins the race. Oh, and did you know you can say the tortoise and the jackrabbit in Spanish like this? La tortuga y la liebre. What do you think, Lady Dragon? Oh, that's lovely. It's like a song when you say it in Spanish. La tortuga y la liebre. How beautiful. I love that memory lane too. Oh, that reminds me, Dr. Duck, Dr. Duck. Yes, Miss Nicole? Oh, this Thursday at 10 o'clock, our friend Miss Alasia is doing a story time, and our friend Miss Nadia is going to be there as well. Tune in this Thursday at 10. They're doing a story in English and in Spanish. I think the story's called Hello, Friend. I know how to say that in Spanish. Go ahead. Hola, amigo. That's correct. You got it. So tune in if you want to practice your Spanish with Miss Alasia and Miss Nadia this Thursday at 10. And don't forget, we have a garden story time. You can go walk through and read a story in the garden here at the library. Oh, we'd love for you to take advantage of getting outside always and maybe do a little gardening. We love you here at Story Time. We'll see you next week. Dr. Duck, you want to cue it up? Yep, that, honey. Can I get 3 cheers for story time? Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! See you next week. Bye-bye.